the topic message authentication in Unit 3. So what is message authentication? So message authentication is concerned with protecting the integrity of message and validating the identity of the originator. The message authentication code, that is MAC, is an algorithm that requires to user for a use of a secret key. So we are going to send, so till now whatever the algorithms we have used, the algorithms were based on the confidentiality. So we are going to encrypt the data and we are going to decrypt at the receiver end. But we are not providing the authentication. That is, whatever the data that is sent, suppose if we are sending the message from A to B, it should be recognized by the B that the data is sent from the A. So the message authentication is a procedure to verify the received messages come from the source that have not been altered. So there are several attacks on the message authentication. So these type of attacks are nothing but disclosure. So knowing the plain text or the ciphertext is one of the attack. The other one is the traffic analysis. We can also say as the denial of services. Then we can say as a masquerade, where the particular intruder will snoop the data, whatever the data is sent from user A to user B. Then content modification, where the when we are sending from A to B, the data can be modified. Then sequence modification, the bits of or the packets of data that is being sent can be sequentially sent. Those can be modified, or timing modification, or the date the message that is being sent can be timely modified. Then source repudiation, nothing but the origination of the user A may be uh, taken by the intruder, and he may be given that he is the original entity rather than the entity which was original. Then destination represents some similar manner. Even he can say he is the destination rather than the original destination. So these type of attacks may be acquired. Then coming to the requirement of MACs. So in MAC, taking into account the type of attacks, the MAC function should satisfy these following requirements. So the every MAC code, that is message authentication code, should follow these requirements. Knowing the message and MAC is infeasible to find out the message with the same MAC. Then MAC should be uniformly distributed. MAC should depend equally on all the bits of the message. Then message authentication function. Any message authentication or a digital signal mechanism has two levels of functionality. At the lower level, there must be some sort of function to produce the authenticator. The value is used as an authentication a message, and at the lower level of function is then used as a primitive in a higher level authentication protocol to enable the receiver to verify the authenticity. Those are the two levels. For in the first level, we are going to use some sort of function to produce an authenticator at the lower level. And using this authenticator, when we are transforming the message to the receiver, there should be certain authentication protocol to compare whether whatever the authenticator has done some function, those function authenticities has been achieved or not. So these are the two functions. The types of the functions that may be produced as authenticators are hash function. So what is an hash function? A function that maps a message of any length into a fixed length of hash value which serves as an authenticator. So we use certain hash function where the variable length of the message is converted to the fixed length. Then message encryption. So these are the general encryption and the decryption method. the ciphertext of the entire message serves as an authenticator over here. Then method authentication code, that is MAC. So a function of a message and a secret key that produces the fixed length value that serves as an authenticator. So here also a function that will serve the a particular secret key that produces a fixed length of value which serves as an authenticator. So we have three types of authenticators functions. One is the hash value, second one is the message encryption, and third one is the MAC value. Hash value is the value where you take the variable length. Using certain function, you build them into a fixed length of message. Then message encryption is nothing but changing them into a ciphertext. Then message authentication code, that is MAC, is the message of a secret key that produces the fixed length value. Coming to the message encryption. So in this message encryption, you have two types. One is the symmetric message encryption and an asymmetric message encryption. In the symmetric message encryption, encryption can provide the authentication. If the symmetric authentication, then receiver know the sender must have been created it. Since only sender and receiver knows the keys, the known content cannot be altered. So in the symmetric key, the confidentiality and the authentication, that is the security services, are being achieved in this symmetric message encryption, where you are going to take the message, encrypt with certain key, and change that data into the ciphertext. And this ciphertext, at the end of the decryption end, we are going to decrypt with the key, with the same key from the encryption, and we are going to get the message. So here in the symmetric message key, we are going to achieve the confidentiality as well as the authentication. So confidentiality has been achieved by encrypting the data, and the authentication is achieved by knowing the keys. The whoever know the key at the receiver end, they only can decrypt the data. The other person cannot decrypt data. So like this, the confidentiality and the authentication is being achieved in the symmetric message encryption. Coming to the public key message encryption, so you can see here only the confidentiality is being achieved. So what we are doing, we are taking the message and we are encrypting with the public key of the B, and we are changing them into the ciphertext. And once you are encrypting the message with the public key of B, we are sending at the decryption end. And to attain the plain text at the decryption end, he is using the private key of B to decrypt that particular message. So here we are only encrypting the data, but we are not providing the authentication, because the authentication, we are using the public key of B here, and also private key of B here, but the message that is being sent from the user A is not present. So here the authentication is missing and confidentiality is being achieved by encrypting the data. In the next diagram, you can see that the authentication is being achieved but confidentiality is missing. So see here, we are taking the message, we are encrypting that particular message by the private key of user A, and we are sending at the destination end. And here we are decrypting by using the public key of A. So what we are doing, we are sending the user B that whatever the data that we are sending in the form of authentication data. We are sending the message from A, you are saying, but we are not providing the confidentiality, because once you are revealing the keys, then it is easy to hack by the intruder. So confidentiality is missing in this particular block. So in the next diagram, we can see the both can be achieved by encrypting them into two times. that is in the public key encryption, we need to encrypt the message 2 times. That is taking the message, encrypting with the private key of the A, then once you get encrypting of that particular message, then again we are going to encrypt with the public key of B, then we are going to send the ciphertext to the decryption end. Once the ciphertext is gone, the message is that at the decryption end, it is decrypted with the private key of B, because the first one what we have done, we have encrypted with the public key of B. So we need to decrypt with the private key of B. Then we are going to decrypt with the public key of A. So here we have done the private key of encryption. So decryption is done by the public key of A, and we are going to achieve the plain text. So here we can achieve the confidentiality, authentication as well as the signature. So signature is nothing but whenever you are encrypting with the key, we say it as a signature. Coming to the message authentication code. So, alternatively, authentication technique involves the uses of secret key to generate small fixed size block of data known as cryptographic checksum or MAC. So, that is appended to the message. So, appended to the message as a fingerprint. So, receiver performs the same computation on the message and checks it matches the MAC, provide the assurance that the message is unaltered and comes by the sender. So the message authentication code, whenever you are sending the message from user A to user B, we are going to use a small function where you are going to build a secret key of particular block data, which we call it as a MAC, and this MAC acts as a fingerprint, and it has to check at the receiving end by the comparison. So we have the small fixed size block of data and generated. So in the message authentication code, we have a small fixed size block of data generated from the message and the secret key, which can be represented as MAC equal to ciphertext of K, that is key comma secret key comma message. So this been appended at the when we send. So see here, we are going to take the message in the block, in the diagram. You can see here, we can take the message. This message is being given to the providing the secret key. So using this secret key and message, we are going to form particular ciphertext. So this particular ciphertext is being appended with the plain text, and or the authentication is being done. So this being appended, and we are going to provide this message with the message as well as the MAC. So this MAC contains the key as well as the plain message. So whenever you are taking the message and while applying the decryption at the same key, whatever the key we are applying for the encryption, the same key we are going to apply for the decryption. So this is being compared with the message that is there in the MAC. If both the messages are same, then we say the authenticity has been achieved. So the basic uses of the message authentication code. So you can see they have two types. We can authenticate them in form of two types. So message authentication. So one is using the message authentication and confidentiality, where authentication tied to plain text, and other one is authentication tied to the ciphertext. So in the first one, whenever you take a message, this message is given to the key, secret key, and with the some function. So this being appended with the message with a plain text, and we are going to encrypt. So here we are providing the message authentication. So when you are providing the key and function, we are going to do the we are going to provide the authentication, and this authentication data is appended to the encryption. So when you are encrypting the data with the key 2, then we are providing the confidentiality to this particular message. And at the decryption end, we are going to take the decryption by applying the same key that was encrypted. So K2 we are going to apply, and we are going to, once you are decrypting, you are going to get the message as well as the values which contains the K1 as well as the M, that is plain text message. So we are going to, whenever we are taking the message, this message is again applied to the function, that is authentication function, with the key, and we are going to compare with the plain text message. If both are same, then the authenticity is achieved. So we can say message authentication and confidentiality is being provided here, authentication tied to plain text. Now coming to here, in the next block, message is being taken and we are going to encrypt the data with the key 2. So we are first taking the message and we are doing the encryption. So when we are doing the encryption, this ciphertext value is being taken and we are going to apply the function using the secret key. And that particular output value is appended with the encryption value output, and we are going to send it to the decryption end. And at the decryption end, we are going to get two messages. One is the encryption K2, N, and we are going to append the function, that is K1 key and encryption value of K2 and plain text message. So here what we are doing, we are taking the encryption value and we are doing the decryption at the receiving end with the K2 value. So whatever the encryption key we have used, the same key we are going to use at the decryption end, and we are going to attain the message. Then we are going to check whether the authentication is being provided or not. So how we are going to achieve the authentication? Then we are going to find out the authentication function by applying the key 1 and compare with the plain text message in this block. So if we are comparing and both the messages are same, then we say as authentication as achieved. Then what is the authentication tied to the plain text and authentication tied to the ciphertext? Here you can observe that we are taking the plain text, then we are applying the function, and then we are encrypting the data for the authentication tied to the plain text. So we are taking the plain text and then we are going to provide the authentication over here. But the authentication is provided for the ciphertext here. How? We are taking the plain text, we are first encrypting the data. So whenever you are doing encryption, that is changing to the ciphertext. So the authentication, so this is being provided. The authentication function is being done for the ciphertext, not for the plain text. So we can say the authentication is tied to ciphertext. So like this, both can be used for the MAC. Then security of MACs. So like block cipher, we have, similar to the block cipher, we have the brute force attack. So these brute force are strong collision resistant hash value that cost of 2 power m by 2. So 128-bit hash looks vulnerable and 160-bit are better. So MAC with known message pairs. So either attack the key space or MAC. So we need at least 128 bit MAC for the security. Thank you.